This is ANN News Brief.
Several activists have been arrested during an annual protest in the Kenyan capital city, Nairobi. Kenyan police also fired tear gas at people taking part in the demonstration on Tuesday. Activists gathered for a march against perceived government injustice that has been given extra impetus this year by rights groups' allegations of police brutality during the COVID-19 lockdown. Human rights groups allege Kenyan police have killed more than 20 persons since a curfew was imposed in March. The protest march on Tuesday marked the 30th anniversary of the Saba protest Swahili for 7th day of the 7th month against the autocratic regime of the late President Daniel Arap Moi. Activists rally each year on July 7th, marking the date in 1990 when opponents of the then President Arap Moi launched a bid to open up multi-party politics. Activists said protesters from several areas had planned to march from their homes to the center of the capital, Nairobi, but many were dispersed or arrested before reaching there, and those who made it into the city center were fired more tear gas by the police. Further arrests were also made. Striking doctors in Sierra Leone who are refusing to treat COVID-19 patients for what they call a lack of protective equipment, PPEs, and other demands have threatened on Tuesday to suspend care for other patients too if the dispute is not resolved by the end of this week. The doctors stopped handling coronavirus cases last Thursday after more than a month-long standoff with the government over what they call a misuse of funds for coronavirus response. The doctors are demanding for bonus payment and more protective equipment like gloves, masks, and overalls to prevent infections spreading from patient to hospital staff. They say if a solution cannot be met by Sunday, then they will expand the strike to include treatment for general patients. An official had previously said the government was carrying out an audit to determine which health workers were entitled to hazard pay. Sierra Leone has confirmed more than 1,500 COVID-19 cases. At least 160 health workers have also been infected. 63 persons, including 3 doctors, have died from complications related to the virus. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow the story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
Ghanaian opposition says it has chosen a female candidate as a running mate for this year's presidential election scheduled for December. Former Ghana President John Mahama said on Monday that he had chosen Jane Nana Opoku-Akiema, making her the first woman in a major Ghanaian party's presidential ticket. 69-year-old Opoku-Akiema is a former education minister and university professor. She became the first female vice-chancellor of the University of Cape Coast in 2008. One-time President Mahama, who governed from 2012 to early 2017, will pit against his successor and now incumbent President Nana Akufo-Addo. That is ANN News Brief at 10. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.